Guys, let's roll. Every morning I feel as if I'm in a race against time, racing against the devil of time. Get up early. Don't matter how early I get up. By the time I scan the news, the day is moving on and it's already 8:10 and still no video out. Naughty Paul, naughty, naughty, naughty Paul. Anyhow, so I went and saw what was happening in the Middle East. Bit of a war going on out there, isn't there? Yeah, people dying, not funny. Then I was thinking about that song by, what was it, Barry Maguire, Eve of Destruction, 1965, War in the Middle East. Nothing ever changes. If you play Fallout 4, you know what the phrase is. War never changes. No, it doesn't. Neither do people, it seems. Right. Do you like our new background image? Aim high, vote low. Starting to see it everywhere now. Become like an unofficial slogan, hasn't it, for Restore Britain? Of course, I had to put myself in it, didn't I? Made myself a bit younger. I'll have to get one of those t-shirts now. All right, guys. Why am I making this video? Because if I didn't, Home Business, one of our commenters, he used to have a channel of his own years ago, until our enemies took it down. I think he was a bit too outspoken. He's quite outspoken in the comments section, but I respect him. He's the one I refer to as the old guard. Still going, always loyal, always fighting for his country. So I'm doing this for you, Own Business, okay? But don't push it too much, right? Anyhow, let's get on with it. Aim high, vote low, follow the bear. Yeah, right. What was so important that Home Business nagged me to make this video? Well, he saw a video over a year, and I think I can do a scene change. There it is, over on the Academic Agent. And it's called Restore Britain, 5 Recommendations on Message Strategy. Now, I watched it in full, and yeah, I can understand why the old guard wanted me to watch it. And there's some really good stuff in it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really summarize it. So the only thing I can do, in all fairness, without playing it in full, is just to kick it off, have a brief look, and then I'll put a link in the description for you to go and watch it yourselves. And I really do hope that Rupert the Bear's staff do look at this video and do take it on board. I mean, Academic Agent, he's got 127,000 subscribers, so most of you will probably have seen it already. But if you're not aware of his work, then please do subscribe and watch his channel. I've made it one of my favorites now to keep an eye on. I think this is the second video of his I've seen, and the first one was thoroughly good. Strange how he always talking about the Bolsheviks and Lenin and Trotsky. Interesting man, Trotsky. Yeah, I have to tell you about him one day, or my opinion of the man. Anyhow, let's get on with it.
I find that I'm a person who
Well, hello everyone. Rare Friday video from me today. It's been a very busy week for me. I gave my talk on foundations of Shakespeare on Wednesday. That was a great event. It was sold out. There were lots of interesting and intelligent people there. And if you came to that, thanks for coming along. It was good. And to the organizers, of course. And then I stayed overnight in London on Wednesday night, and on Thursday, I did Pete McCormack's show again, and it was a pretty long interview. And then afterwards, we had a good chat, me and him, about Restore Britain. And, just in the interest of honesty, we both have a few little concerns. And I said that I would, to Pete then, that I would put out this video to give some recommendations on what they could do immediately to just kind of improve things. This is not to say the lads are doing a bad job at all, but it is to say I think if they did these things that I'm recommending, they can avoid some of the rakes and the traps that are laid before them, because the path is perilous. Make no mistake. And in the past week or so, they've been attacked from many different angles, from all sorts of, sniveling Tory boys. So, yeah, before we get going, I'll remind people, if you pick up a course, if you pick up Foundations of Shakespeare and send the receipt to the publishers, they'll sell you this for half price. If you pick up Foundations of Writing, it will help you do some of the things I'm about to talk about, because we're talking about messaging and communication today. If you pick up Foundations for Logic and Rhetoric, that would also be good, not just if you're working for Restore, but just, in life in general. In fact, I had somebody message me just this morning saying that, since they've done Foundations of Writing, it's improved things massively at, for work emails and things like that. Anyway, let us get going then. And I will cut to the quick. What is the essential problem I see at the moment with Restore? And and I should say, my whiteboard here, unfortunately, I had my daughter here about a week or so ago, and she's half-inched my pen, so I can't write on the whiteboard anymore. I don't know where she's put it. I can't find it anywhere. 6-year-old girls are want to like hide things in drawers and stuff like that, or scribble. I cannot find so there's no whiteboard. I've had to write it on a piece of paper here. So I'll just go through these points. But if you want to take notes, get your own piece of paper and you can write it down as we go. So the first issue that I see at the moment, with the greatest of respect to the team there and to Rupert, is one of message discipline. Okay. Well, the problem is that we have a lot of chefs in the kitchen. You've got, and it's not always clear, in fact, where they stand vis-a-vis the party. You've got Connor Tomlinson out there. You've got Charlie Downs, of course. You've got Harrison Pitt. You've got Lewis out there, and you've got Rupert's own feed, and various other people I've seen. And they all sound like they have their own ideas. They all sound like they're not quite on the same page. This is a problem. And what I would recommend is having, in the world of TV, when you're working on a TV series, they had something called a series Bible, where no matter who it was, who was writing on the show, who the producer was, who the director was, they could go to the series Bible and that would answer whatever the question was. But I would actually go beyond that for this and say something like, Restore needs 5 things, 5 bullet points, okay, that are short and to the point, no faff, no nothing. I'm talking like a few words for each bullet point. Like one of the points could be, for example, no to foreign wars.
Okay, guys. No to foreign wars. That's the first one. Okay, he's talking about keeping phrases short. No to foreign wars. Yeah, and then he'll go on to explain how that concept could be used for other political points. And it really is excellent. The reason I was laughing was because I saw a bit of myself in the academic age, and he digresses and he wanders off, and but once he gets into it, he really gets into it. And I do honestly recommend you to watch it. As I said, the link will be in the description. And I really hope people like Connor and the other people he mentioned take a look at this video and absorb some of the things that this man says. Right, where should we go now? Yeah, I know where we're going to go now. This is a bit more serious, guys, all right? Let me have a look if I can find it. Yeah. Man who rammed into Michigan synagogue recently lost family in an Israeli strike in Lebanon. Okay? First of all, I don't condone any violence. That doesn't mean to say I'm not prepared to be violent, but I don't condone it. So this guy, he rammed his car into a synagogue because he lost his family in Lebanon. Israel starting to annex land in Lebanon, yeah? What he did was terrible. But what had he lost? An Israeli airstrike on March 5 killed 4 people in the town of Mashgahara, Lebanese officials reported. And a local official there told AP on Friday that among the dead were Ghazali's 2 brothers, a niece and a nephew. They died at their home just after sunset as they were having a fast-breaking meal during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Now think about that, guys. Imagine that you're that man. I can imagine I was that man. You know how I feel about Bonnie, my great-granddaughter. What would I be prepared to do if something like that happened to me? Especially if my brothers and my nephew were to be wiped out. Yeah? Men are going to want revenge. Some are not able to realize that just increases the hatred down the generations. But so obviously I don't condone what that man did, driving a vehicle into a synagogue. He paid with his life, didn't he? But I suppose if you've lost everyone you love, you don't really care about life much more, do you? I'll tell you about my plans for death another time. Anyhow, I just thought you'd like to think on that. Tell me in your comments. Would you do the same? Right, let's go back to something more cheerful. Okay, guys, I like it. Aim high, vote low. I don't know where that originated, but whoever came up with it, you've done a great job, mate. Okay, guys, you've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow. You've got time now, go over and have a look at the channel linked to in the description, and I'll see you on the next one.